mama, ufuna ukufa ufe ungakhulumanga ukuthi kwenzakalani ngengane yami.
The voice of SENZO MEYIWA's mother, Ntombi Futhi Meyiwa. On the 10th anniversary of the passing of SENZO MEYIWA, there were several videos that were played of SENZO MEYIWA's mother, and she was consistent in her message no matter who was interviewing her. She said, you know what, it's 10 years, these cameras are back in front of me, I'm going to say what is in my heart. And right now it is, let me try Kelly Khumalo's mother. Let me appeal mother to mother, woman to woman, 9 months in the labor ward to 9 months labor ward, except, I carried twins and I've had the unfortunate incident of burying both of my twins. But it worked. It worked. It worked, guys. It worked. It didn't get to Kelly Khumalo's mother or any of them over there at the Spaza house, but it got to an integral person. I've always said it is the weakest link. Once you get a hold of the weakest link, things will start to come out. I mean, universe, things are happening, things are moving. Senzo's blood is fighting. We're learning so many things in just the last few days. For example, we suddenly know, I think this is the most times that one man has been mentioned, one witness has been mentioned over and over again. Like in the comment section, everybody is just saying, what does Gininda mean? What does Gininda mean? What does Gininda mean by, if Makaleni was a real witness, guys, the number of times he was mentioned yesterday in the comment section, the number of times you guys questioned him because, hey, according to Gininda, he is late. We haven't seen the death certificate. He did not hand up the death certificate of this witness. So we'll just take his word for it. We'll just take his word for it that Makaleni is late, okay? That Makaleni is late. But most importantly, he has died with the crucial identifiers that he suddenly had. Like he had these amazing skills, unhumanly possible. He was able to see Untanzi's, accused number 2 had a gold tooth. After 8 p.m. at night, he's able to see that. He's able to see that he had tattoos through a black hoodie. Wow, amazing character. He's also able to see the dreadlocks and then the hoodie and all these things. This all came out in Gininda's lengthy testimony. And us members of the jury here on the YouTube streets, because we listen, we listen, we dissect, and we are not fools. So yeah, shout out to everybody in the comment section who was just taking that witness testimony apart, Brigadier Bongani Nicholas Gininda's testimony apart. But do you know what else you guys did in the comment section? Wow, you guys are an insistent bunch. And not only comment section, but my DMs. Oh my goodness, my DMs, my emails. And I said, what is going on? Okay, this is way too many times for me to overlook. I don't know how many times I got the link to watch MAPHIRI. Yes, you heard me. When court is in session, I cannot go to other people's lives. I cannot watch other people's videos. I am extremely busy because I'm trying to output the content for you guys, because some of you are out there typing, when is the next video? So until I finish all my videos, then I have time to watch. So I was like, you know what? Let me watch this video. I clicked the link and I said, oh my goodness, an hour-long video. What are these people trying to do to me? An hour is a long time for me to sacrifice to watch. So guess what? I said, you know what? The members of the jury have called me to attention. I have work to do, and it is what it is. It is what it is. This is what you've got to watch. I won't lie. I was very skeptical in the beginning. I highly doubted I was going to watch the whole thing. Guess what? I did. So if for those who don't know what I'm talking about, the video is actually 100% in isiZulu. The audio is horrendous. I'm not sure if they did that because they had bad equipment or they did that because they're trying to disguise her voice. At some point, it rained and poured really badly. I'm not sure what's going on. So let me introduce the topic to you. MAPHIRI has come out of the woodworks. When I kept getting the DMs, I was like, it's a fly-by-night person who's trying to take credit for her. But then I thought about it and said, who would want that kind of fame? Who would want to be associated with cleaning the blood from the crime scene? I mean, I've seen it here in my comment section. We have asked and asked and asked. They shut down their comment section. I could never, okay? I could never post a video and not hear from you guys, okay? I say, congratulations, MAPHIRI. Congratulations, SENZO MEYIWA's mom. It worked. Your cries got to somebody's conscience, because 10 years, MAPHIRI has never said a word that I know of, at least. For 10 years, she said absolutely nothing. And the things that she said in that interview are very crucial. They're very crucial. This is information that we would have needed to know. Extremely crucial information. Says a lot of things that are quite crucial. And I'm going to go on record and say I forgive her. I forgive her for taking 10 years to come to the forefront. It can't have been easy for her to come forward. She's crying in that video. You can hear she's crying. Definitely she's had a tough 10 years. And I believe her. I know I'm going to get some slack for this in the comment section. I believe everything she said. She said some key pieces that lead me to believe her. Now, guys, in the comment section down below, please let me know, which is MAKHUMALO's house? Is it the houses that are attached? I know one is the policeman who him and his wife have passed away. Is it the house on the other side, or is it the house in front? Which house is MAKHUMALO's house? So I'm going to start it from the beginning. I'm going to try and summarize it as best as I could. I'm sorry, I cannot play the audio here because my international gang is going to be really upset. What I can do is maybe in a live, we can watch it together and break it down. I don't know when we'll do the live. Maybe on the weekend. I know I owe you a couple of lives, but I'm sorry. Okay, so here's the summary. And at this point, please like the video. Please like the video, because you know why? I had to watch that video. It's not my typical kind of video I would watch. The audio was bad, but I stayed through it from start to finish because members of the jury said, we'll find you. We'll find you if you don't do it. So, yeah, and I definitely want us to gather here in the comment section to talk about it, since they shut us out over there from the comments, okay? Why did they shut the comment section? I'm not sure. I don't know when. By the time I watched the video, it had already been up 11 hours. So I'm not sure if there were trolls that were already trolling and then they decided to close the comment section. By the way, I also have the ability to shut down the comment section of any video. I can pause comments, which means after a certain point, I can just shut it down. Like, guys, we're done talking about this topic. Stop it. I also have that ability. I also have the ability to turn the comments off 100%. But I could never do that to my family, because guess what? I will actually miss you guys. I will miss you guys so much. I'll miss the humor in the comment section. I'll miss everything. I'll miss the feedback. I won't miss the trolls though. Yesterday I got somebody who said I laugh too much, and I said, and that they find it boring. And I said, oh my goodness, let me not bore you. Please, I insist. Just hit the X, okay? I don't even know why you're even discussing your boredom. Hit the X, go find something else. There are billions of videos on YouTube for you to make this grand announcement of yours. But I digress, okay? First of all, you know I told you I was watching the Netflix documentary. Let me start it from there and let me read this to you. Khomotso Pahlane. He is the former head of SAP's forensics services. Unfortunately, I can't put Netflix clips on my videos, okay? I don't want to get my entire channel shut down because Netflix is very unforgiving, okay? And then, you know, that's why I need a backup account in case I ever make a huge mistake and my channel just goes poof, gone. So make sure you're subscribed to my other channel, okay, please? Yes, okay. So Khomotso Pahlane, who is the former head of SAP's forensic services, okay? This is what he says in the Netflix documentary. And he says, if there is any allegation of the house being cleaned before the police arrive, there is tampering. You're supposed to be charging that person for defeating the ends of justice, because that's exactly what it is. Where are the charges? Why are they not before the courts? Ironic, okay? That's from the Netflix documentary. I have to write the scripts down because I can't play the clips. And Netflix documentary did not come out yesterday. People screaming for the cleaner to be arrested did not start yesterday, MAPHIRI, okay? I'm gonna give you tough love, ma'am, because it's been 10 years. These we have been saying, where is had they taken the cleaner into the jail cell one single day, she would have sang like a canary. Why did they not take her in? She says it herself in the interview. She could not survive a day in jail. There is no way she's going down for anyone. All she did was clean. All she did was do the neighborly thing. I've described it to you guys where I've described to you guys what I visualize she's like. I visualize she's that woman who can cook at the wedding and just hit all the 7 colors courses all by herself. That she can peel the potatoes, do the salad, and do the rice, do the oxtail all by herself. I've envisioned that. But guess what? Because of that podcast that she did, I have a different vision of what it was. That is not what she did. She didn't come with a super cleaning power. She says that she never cleaned any blood. She says she never cleaned any blood because there was no blood when she got there. If at all anything, she feels she's being set up so that when they say who cleaned the house, they point to her. But somebody cleaned the blood before she did. She doesn't know who, but somebody cleaned the house before she did. She also says that it is not the first time there's been an incident over there at the Spaza house. Guys, are you surprised? Yes or yes? I mean, no or no. No, we are not surprised. It is just the first time that there was a death. Okay? So she's probably gone there several times when there's been incidents, because you know what? She's the trusted neighbor. You do see she's the neighbor that they called or they scammed into cleaning the house. So she's distancing herself and she says, listen, do you think I would involve myself in such criminal activity and not be paid? Do you think I would just insert myself and these people didn't even pay me? She said she wasn't paid. She wasn't even offered any pay. She was just doing it as the good neighbor. And I believe her. I really do. But then another side of me says, wait, what if she has been paid all along and then all of a sudden jiggy? Because you know, these are the last days. Everybody's suddenly changing. We hear Kininda throwing everybody and anybody under the bus. He's already thrown Baloi under the bus, okay? Baloi hasn't objected yet to Kininda throwing him under the bus. Right now, Kininda's currently throwing Longwe and Ukele Kumalo under the bus, okay? Kininda's throwing anyone and everyone except him, okay? So have they stopped paying MAPHIRI? Kelly Kumalo has moved, okay? She's moved from being Kelly Kumalo. She's now Ugogo, okay? She's now Ugogo or Umkulu. I don't know who she is. She hasn't told us her new name, but I'm just gonna call her Ugogo Nonhlanhla. Okay, Ugogo Nonhlanhla, as she's now 40 years old. Wait, so does that mean she was older than Senzo? Somebody tell me in the comment section down below. But I digress. So I believe MAPHIRI. The level of detail that she came with is way beyond any of the detail that the police, witnesses, and you know we've had so many of those witnesses on the stand, have brought together. Yesterday I told you what Shadrach Sibia said, okay? And I saw you Red Pen Gang telling me he's not the national commissioner. Shout out to the guys who are like, she didn't say national commissioner, she said deputy national commissioner. So I'm going to say it here in capital letters, okay? Shadrach Sibia, he is now the deputy national police commissioner. But back then, what was he back then? Back then, he was the former head of the Hawks. Okay? Guys, get it right. Red Pen Gang was working overtime yesterday in the comment section. Shadrach Sibia said on that night in the Netflix documentary, and I'll read it because I can't play it. He says, when we all arrived there, it was trampled upon already. That's how he says it. Personally, we never found any bullet or empty cartridges. He says it was late at night. I received a call from the provincial commissioner responsible for detectives, and he informed me that the Bafana goalkeeper Senzo Meyiwa had been gunned down. Guys, gunned down insinuates gun. That's what I understand gunned down means. But you know what? I could be wrong. What do I know about Nkabi lifestyle? Let me know what gunned down means for you. And then he goes on and he says, me and my team were rushed to the scene. It actually should be my team and I. My team and I were rushed to the scene. There were many people outside the yard and inside the yard. Let me read that sentence again. There were many people outside the yard and inside the yard. The deputy officer on standby was there and the local detectives. And I also found the MEC of public safety, and we cleared the scene. And together we sat inside the house. Let me say that again. And together we sat inside the house to interview the family as to what happened. People in the house saying it was a robbery gone wrong. Someone in the comment section says a robbery gone wrong means one of the 5 accused should have been shot, not that there was a victim from inside the house. You see, terminology, wow. But let's go on. He goes on to say, as they explained what happened, they were in the house and 2 people came in and Senzo tried to jump one as they were robbing them and they shot at him. MAPHIRI talks about this. MAPHIRI says, come on now, Zandi attacking a person with a gun is a hilarious joke. She says that sounds so ridiculous and she can't believe that's the story they're leading by. MAPHIRI goes on to break down all their interviews, and she's coming from a place of, I know these people, okay? She actually says they're not educated. And then she quickly backtracks and she says, me too, I'm not educated. But she knows them. That's why I'm inclined to believe her. That's why one would be forced to say she is actually the most reliable eyewitness of them all. Okay, after the fact. How is it that when Shadrach Severe talks about this in the Netflix documentary, so it's for the public forum, okay, I'm not making this up. He said this with his mouth, unless they used AI. That's my public disclaimer, okay? Shadrach Severe says this. How come nobody talks about the cleaning then? How come nobody talks about the quality of the house? How come when they were interviewing, no one says, so where was Senzo's blood? It was a mistake. MAPHIRI says it was 100% a mistake. She believes it was a mistake. She believes something happened, but it was a mistake. Nobody intended for Senzo to be shot. But what is the real story of what happened? She doesn't know, but those who were in the house know. And as you heard, only MAPHIRI has been impacted by Umamaga Senzo's cries. What about the others in the house? They don't care. I think it's been about 3 weeks since we're November 14th right now. So yeah. The rest don't care, okay? We saw Kelly Khumalo respond and say, please, stop it. Go cry to God. Zandi, we saw her just suddenly throwing Omandisa and people from Nongoma. Shout out to Nongoma, okay? If you're from Nongoma, apparently you're in Kabi, okay? According to Zandi Khumalo. I mean, it was quite a lot. Let me see from my notes what else I wrote. So I wanted to bring, and I think, the universe works in tremendous ways. It's funny that yesterday I was telling you I've been watching the Netflix series and I'm still stuck on episode 1 because I have to write the scripts down. I have to write it down because I can't play the clips and I have so many questions just from part 1. And just like that, jiggy, here comes MAPHIRI ready to confess, tears and all. And you know what? I forgive her. She didn't ask for forgiveness, but I forgive her. And my recommendation to her, go to Senzo Meyiwa's mother. Go to Senzo Meyiwa's mother. Her plea is she doesn't want to die without knowing what happened to her son. Go to Senzo Meyiwa's mother. Go and tell her what happened to her child or what you saw. I think I wouldn't know what Senzo Meyiwa's mother is going through, but I think that would give a little bit of ounce of closure. Someone who was there that night. Remember, the Meyiwas were not in Joburg that night, and none of the Khumalos made their way down to the Meyiwas to talk. Cameras off, just real life talk. I think she should go. I also think she should show up on the Senzo Meyiwa voice channel and do a question and answer session. I think she should. I'd be happy to assist with that. I think she should. I'm not sure if the family would be open to that, but I think Senzo's mom would be, because she can ask the questions. She can ask the hard questions. She can, that nobody has given her the answers to. At least, because from what MAPHIRI said, she said a lot, guys. She said a lot. The irony is it was not a back and forth question and answer session. It was hit record talk and confess. And she let it out. Some of the things she says she's scared to go to jail. She says, what about my kids? If I go to jail, what about my kids? Like, this is not worth it. It's not worth it for the Khumalos. No, she's not going to jail for them. And she says, all these years, she's always heard about people talking about the cleaners, the person who cleaned the house, And she says, how come nobody has come to ask her? She's never been investigated. She's never been questioned. She's never been called to court. None of that. But the amount of detail that she has on what happened that night, oh my goodness. She also says that, yes, I cleaned the house, but there was no blood. I just put things in order. You know what stands out for me? Tumelo. On the Netflix document, I'm telling you, that Netflix documentary is a gold mine. I wish the defense can sit down and watch it, okay? Because they reveal a lot in there. I'm still in episode 1 and I haven't finished episode 1, okay? Dumelo in episode 1 says, and I quote, "If the house was cleaned, what about the hat? Because the guy who had the short dreads was wearing the hat. If the house was cleaned, why didn't they remove the hat?" I'm not saying the house wasn't cleaned. I'm just saying, what about the hat? That was Dumelo, and I thought that was pretty interesting. Only for MAPHIRI to come and say, I didn't clean, I just moved things around and tidied it up. She doesn't talk about the alcohol though. I would have loved for her to specify the alcohol. Did she remove the bottles? What exactly did she do? Can she actually do a walkthrough? I think she should do a walkthrough. I think she should start again and take it step by step. You arrived and you did what? And finally, we have the answer why MAPHIRI never saw the bullet by the side of the bulletproof glasses. Only Mangena had the vision to see that bullet. I think that the country would appreciate that detail about the cleanup of the Bafana Bafana. But it leaves the question, who cleaned before she cleaned? Remember, they were too busy. They were too busy to call the police or the ambulance. So who amongst them cleaned? And remember, there was no DNA except Zandi's. And Gladness's hand on the bathroom door, but the story has nobody talks about where was Gladness, guys? Where did she go in this whole Nkanewane? Because the DNA says she went to the bathroom, but Uzandi says she's the one who went to the bathroom, but the DNA doesn't say the same. The DNA does not corroborate their stories. Who wiped out the DNA? And shout out to the person in the comment section who said, oh, I forgot the name. I think it's the ultraviolet blue light, the light that shows the blood splatter. I think they should have done that, because then they would have seen where the blood, where Senzo really was when the shot happened. Again, I'll tell you who was there. It was Shadrach Sibia, head of Hawks, and his team. It was the duty officer. Remember the duty officer? They received the call and they went. They were the first ones to get there. I also found the MEC of Public Health and Safety. And then they all went into the house and they sat down. You sat down inside the crime scene. Okay. Inside the cleaned crime scene. At which point did you then verify their story in the crime scene? And these are not like junior officers. These are senior experienced officers. But they got there and they sat down. I'm not the one saying that. It's here. We went into the house and we sat down and we asked them what happened. We sat inside the house to interview the family as to what happened. They went into the house to sit down, guys. I don't know. All along I always was blaming MAPHIRI, which is why I say I forgive her, because she's come out to tell us what actually happened that night. And you know what? I could also see my neighbors doing the same. They would come to clean up, not clean a crime scene, but come to make sure that everything is in order because people are arriving. And as you hear Shadrach Sibia here say, there were a lot of people. They had to clear the crime scene. There were a lot of people. Yeah. So this is all the feedback that I have after being summoned to attention with this story. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you picked up. Let me know what I forgot. Oh, wait, let me not end it without talking about this. She's been following every interview, okay? For the last 10 years, she knows them all because she speaks about them. And she even says the latest interview on Kaya FM, and she ridicules the Khumalos. And so that's why one would be tempted to say she's no longer being paid. Is that why she's coming out? I don't know. She talks about what Ukeli says and she talks about what Uzandi says, and Uzandi talking about masks. I'm like, what mask? What is going on? You know? And she says there are too many lies that they can't go back. She said that, not me. Okay? Maybe I should really do a side by side. We'll listen to her and we'll break it down. But that's an hour-long interview. I'll find time. All right. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let me end it here. Okay? Let me end it here. This video was done by popular demand. Thanks so much for your confidence in me. I really appreciate that. It means the world to me. I love you so much. Please do the things that make me happy. Okay, then don't use for the channel. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Tell a friend that they must come and listen to this whole Senzo Meyiwa and Ganegwane. Makhumalo is out in the open. Let me know in the comment section down below. Should Makhumalo go to Senzo Meyiwa's mother and tell her the story herself? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Catch you on the next upload.
Nathi abanye abantu ebaphokuhle akekho umuntu ozalela ukuthi angazuzi ngengane yakhe. Nathi sibheke okuthile ngomzakhulelwa njengoba ngangithi umzakhulelwa ngangilandela ukuzaleka kwami mina uqobo. Ngagcina ngithi ke namhlanje ngizele umzakhulelwa. Umzakhulelwa kuye yedwa indodana yami ekhona la ekhaya. Engethembele kuyo. Inengane la igcekeni iganiwe. Ithemba lami benginalo kutefa ukuthi ngelinye ilanga ingane yami izophuma kule ndawo ekuyona. Ngendlela ebengimbona ekhuluma ngayo nangendlela ebengazi ngayo nami. Ngoba bengazi ukuthi umzakhulelwa wasiyumbulali kaMeyiwa.
Mama, ufuna ukufa ufe ungakhulumanga ukuthi kwenzakalani ngengane yami.
This is a lot. You have to hear this last piece as well.
Mama, uhlezi lapho ngikhuluma nawe. Uyenzelani lento yenzayo? Usizuselani ubuhlungu? Then inokaMeyiwa ngowuyazi.